Hi, and welcome to M. Claire's Yoga and Wellness channel. We're going to do a flow today that is back bends and headstands. So if you have a really stiff back and you have very little spine mobility, this will be somewhat challenging, but you can give it a go. Just be very careful. Some of the poses are somewhat advanced, so please do just check it out before you give it a go if that's something that you do struggle with, which is the spine mobility and back bends and then your balance for headstands. But if you are close to doing it, then give it a go and have fun with it. Okay, let's get started. We're going to start warming up our spine. So come into a downward facing dog. Just hold it here, push through your hands. And then we're coming up on your toes and we're just going to drop forward. Really pushing through your hands and getting into that spine straight away. Bend your knees, come back and then straighten. And we're just going to repeat this a few times, really rounding through the spine as we drop down into our upward facing dog. Come back towards your knees and then extend. We just want to really start getting that mobility into the spine straight away so that we're not hurting ourselves when we go into full expressions. And you can come up and down on your toes a few times, just to also lengthen through the hamstrings. And then one last time, push through your hands, drop down, untuck your toes, and come into our full upward facing dog. Keep your toes together, push through your hands, and just sink your hips here. And we're just going to drop to one side, lengthening through the right side of our body, looking over our left shoulder, coming back through the center, and then repeating on the opposite side. Come back through the center, and one last time. And come back through the center and push back into downward facing dog. And here you're just going to look to the front of your mat. If you're ready, you can jump. Otherwise, you can take a few steps forward to the front of your mat, coming into your standing forward fold. Bringing your hands next to your feet and allowing your torso to fall heavy and your head towards the mat. Breathe here. You can add a little rock side to side as well. Careful with your balance. You can add a twist. Interlace your fingers, and also, if you choose to, bring your hands over your head. Just getting into the shoulders and also deeper into your hamstrings. And then come back down, bend your knees and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, coming into our mounting pose. Interlace your fingers, point your index finger up, and then we're going to add a little back bend here. Hold it here, really engage your core. Come on back to center. Lean towards the right side, pointing your fingers towards the right side of the room. Come back to center. Again, let's go into that back bend. Come back to center. Reach your fingers towards the left of the room. Back to center. And again, into your back bend. Come on up. Swan dive forward into your standing forward fold. Breathe here. And you're going to jump back into your plank. Engage your core. Hold it here. And then we're just going to drop down into our puppy. Push your heels towards the mat. Push on up, come forward into plank, through your chaturanga, upward facing dog. Again, push through your hands and add that little back bend here. Push back into our downward facing dog. Extend your left leg. We're just going to add some pulses here. Last two. Then you're going to stack your hips. And we're just going to come into our wild thing. Really lengthen through that arm, reaching towards the back of the room. Push your hips up. Then come back round, extend again into your three-legged downward dog. Come forward into one-legged plank, through your chaturanga, upward facing dog. Again, really pushing into your back bends here. Push back into your downward facing dog. Take a breather here, lengthen through your spine. And then extend your right leg into three-legged downward dog. And here we're going to pulse again. Two more. And then stack your hips. Bringing your heel towards your glute. Towards the ceiling. Come back into your three-legged downward dog. Forward into one-legged plank, through your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And then we're just going to push back into a counter pose, into child's thing. Sorry. Child's pose, sorry. Come up to your knees. Here we're going to go into our headstand. So I want you to interlace your fingers. Place your head in between your hands, and then you're slowly going to walk your feet closer to your arms. When you're ready, you're just going to take one foot at a time, find your balance, make sure that the weight is on your forearms, not on your head. And when you're ready, you can extend into your full expression of headstand. Engage your core and find your balance here. And you can play here as well with your legs. Make sure you haven't got anything around you. Really engage your core. Squeeze your glutes and point your toes. And then we're just going to use our core strength to slowly come down in our pike position. And then come back into our child's pose. And breathe here. Remember, as we're in headstands, all the blood flows to our head. So it's important that we don't get dizzy. So we just take a moment to just gather ourselves before we continue. Then you're going to take your hands behind you. We're just going to do a counter pose here. And hold on to your heels. Bring your forehead towards your knees. And then just push up. And you'll just feel that nice length through the spine. Then come back, tuck your toes, come into a downward facing dog. And just want you to cross your legs and come into the center of your mat. We're just going to add some pushing your chest forward, a bit of spine mobility before we carry on with some of our other back bends. Roll down, bringing your chin towards your chest. Push up, pushing that chest towards the ceiling, and then rounding your spine again. Then slowly roll down, one vertebra at a time. And here we're just going to come up into our bridge. So bring your heels towards your glutes and slowly roll your tailbone, pushing your hips up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers and really push your hips up or your pelvis towards the ceiling here. And anybody that would like to go into our wheel and it's within your practice, you can just under your hands slowly roll down, bring your hands close to your shoulders, and again rolling through your pelvis and pushing up into our wheel. Keeping our knees close together. And then when you're ready, slowly come down, bring your head first and rolling your spine down. Bring your knees towards your chest. Grab hold of your elbows and you're just going to squeeze everything as a counter pose here. And you can just rock side to side, getting into the lumbar spine. And then when you're ready, have one last big squeeze where you squeeze everything in and then extend your legs and your arms, coming into our final position, our Shavasana. And just allow your body to sink into the mat. Feel your muscles getting heavier and any tension that's still left in them to just release. Close your eyes. I'm just going to take a few moments here before we close off our practice, just to allow our body to settle. We've really done a lot today, getting into the back, coming up into our headstands. And now it's time for our body to reap all the benefits of what we've just done by allowing it to settle and come back to its resting place. And if you're ready to end your practice here with me, you can take one last big stretch over the top of your head as you roll over and meet me in the center of your mat in a comfortable position. Thank you for joining me on this nice Backbends Headstand flow. If you did enjoy it, please comment below and let me know what you did think. And like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and family so that we can grow this channel and I can make more videos just like it. Have a wonderful day. Take care.